Indian School and Central Avenue. Steel Indian School Park. Exit to left.
Hello YouTube. Hopefully y'all saw the date and time scrolling on the banner on the way out. So I'm walking briskly. I didn't honestly check the times on when this next bus is going to be at the 51 headed west, which I still have a really long journey on, but it doesn't matter because I have no other options when I get to the spot. I'm just, oh my Lord, it reeks of weed right here. I'm just, waiting for the next bus. Fortunately, I did take a look at the transit office or the transit app map to see where I need to be, because in most instances the the bus stop is just to the just past the intersection on the right, and as you can see, that's the intersection on the right. We have more pack and stack so-called luxury apartments being built. I mean, look at this thing. This is just an arsonist's dream. It's all wood. Like, seriously, it would just take a water balloon full of gasoline and somebody to flick a match, and this whole thing would just go up in smoke like nothing. Anyway, yeah, there's no bus stop going that way, so it's a good thing I checked and looked. So at this particular intersection, the bus stop is the other direction. So fortunately, the app is able to tell me that information, which is helpful because there's no, signs when you get off the train telling you which way the bus stops are. I do think that one thing that's really failing with the bus system right now, having eliminated the bus book, where you can sit and flip through a physical book resource that tells you when and where where the buses go and when they're running, since that's been eliminated in favor of this app, which is a pretty bloaty app. It uses a lot of resources, and therefore it tends to drain the battery. Something the bus needs to do if they're going to go that route is they really need to provide charging ports inside the bus. I can't blame the bus for the fact that I started out with like 7% on my iPhone, which quickly dwindled down to about 3% with me hardly using it. And to be fair, like, I've got a lot of use on that iPhone. It was, when I got it, the core of it was rebuilt, so who knows how many hours that battery has on it. So yeah, when it gets into like under 10%, it's rating the battery's not very reliable. But I mean, the reality is that me spending potentially hours on the bus or the train getting from point A to point B, both these vehicles have 12 have power on them, presumably 12. Wow, look at that Hummer. Military, baby. With both of those vehicles obviously having electricity running through them, it wouldn't be that difficult to have some kind of a step down converter, switching that to 5 volts, and to have a 5 volt outlet or maybe 2 volt outlet at every row of seats. That wouldn't be asking for too much. Most bars and restaurants provide that service. It's just, in most instances at the bar and restaurant, you don't need to use an app to utilize the bar or the restaurant. But at this point, using transit, it's very dependent on the app. If you need to know, when, so you can see, when your train is running and when your bus is running, and even where it is that you exactly go to catch it, because the stops are not always consistently placed. Charging is not being provided, so that's a problem. Obviously, I'm not going to see this transit system fixed between now and whenever I get a car, whenever the hell that'll be. And it's kind of funny for me to say, whenever I get a car, because I'd have to actually sit and count on my fingers to figure out how many vehicles I own. But the reality is that Rob doesn't appear to be fixing any of them, not in any kind of with any kind of quickness. And maybe when I get on this next bus, I'll give him a call. So far I've been, well, I think I shot maybe about a minute and a half of video as I was approaching the stop. Just wanted to show how much of a walk it was from the train stop to the bus stop. And honestly, this is one of those where it's not too far. It's not too far. Now we see this guy doing the creep out and look, doing the creep out and look maneuver. I wonder how many pedestrians get hit as a result of the creep out and look maneuver. But yeah, I mean, in lieu of using the app to see where the bus is, which of course, a lot of times that tracking is not as accurate as it should be. That's how you see where your bus is. And I think I see it. I think I see it there on the other side of. Oh yeah, I definitely see it on the other side of third. So this was not a bad transfer at all. I mean, I'm going at about 7 minutes of video, but minus about 2 minutes that was actually shot on the bus. So yeah, this is, I don't know, to me any transfer that happens within 10 minutes is pretty reasonable. And the walk from the light rail platform to this bus stop was pretty reasonable as well. The only thing that's questionably unreasonable about it is it's not on the side of Central that one would expect it to be on, and there's no signage as you step off the train, telling you which way to go to the bus stop. Now, it would seem to me that the logical thing would be to put a stop on both sides of Central, being that Central is such a large strode, and that it's a divided road, with a train inexplicably put in the middle of it. That rather than forcing people to cross one way or the other, it would seem that the logical thing to do would be to put stops on both sides. That way the people that are transferring, the people that are getting from a train to a bus can walk in the direction of the bus that they're taking, and not potentially miss the bus as it's trying to get across the intersection, and vice versa. Like, I think what happened to me as I was trying to get on that westbound train, the one that goes north, is I think the train must have crossed as we were waiting to get across the intersection on Thomas. In other words, red light on Thomas, but the stop is on the other side of the intersection. And the trains have this priority thing where the lights switch and give them priority, but Phoenix hasn't instituted anything like that with its buses. It can be done. Other cities do it. Phoenix hasn't. I've not seen any designated bus lanes in this city, and certainly no designated bus signals. So yeah, no kind of priority of the lights for the buses. They're stuck in vehicle traffic, which doesn't really do anything to make the buses more functional. So anyway, I think what happened is it was stuck in traffic trying to get across. Train had priority, which managed to get ahead of schedule, ahead of when the app said it was going to pick up. And then by the time we got across the intersection and past the intersection and pulled over to the stop, and I got out and then hurriedly went over to the train platform, that train was already gone because that train ran 3 minutes early. Anyway, here's my bus, so I gotta mask up and pull out my pass. I'm gonna make this job. I'm going to make this job fair on time, which is a good thing. But I got a feeling that even if they are done with me within a half hour, it's going to take me so long to get back via bus that I'm going to be late to my therapy appointment, which is at 2:00, which is such a long. It shouldn't take this long to get places via transit. It's ridiculous. And here you can see part of the problem is that lack of, there's the bus and it's just sitting in that line of cars. And the intelligent thing, and you can see there's enough easement here to do it, would be to have a designated bus lane. In fact, I don't understand why, as much as Phoenix says that they care about, being green and climate change and alternative modes of transportation, why they don't take these super wide roads and turn the right lane on every one of them into a designated bus, bike, and right turn only lane. It seems like that would solve it, because here's the bus, and it's just sitting there, stuck in a line of cars that it should have priority over. Anyway, I've said enough. Wish me luck. Thank you.